We watched what felt like a million YouTube videos before starting our slow travel journey. How to pack, where to stay, how long to stay, and we thought we were prepared. But watching someone else do it and actually doing it yourself are two very different things. Welcome to Two Polished Passports. We're Jose and Brandy, a couple who retired early and now slow travel the world. We started our journey with 1 month in Cuenca, Ecuador. We had some amazing experiences, made a few mistakes, and learned some lessons the hard way. So here's what our first month of slow travel taught us, and what we're already doing differently. Our original plan was to spend a month in each destination. We loved being able to unpack, slow down, and explore without feeling rushed. But after a few weeks in Cuenca, we realized something. A month might be a little too slow for us. We loved Cuenca, but we were ready to experience somewhere new. So going forward, we're not automatically committing to a month. Some places might be a month. Others might be 2 or 3 weeks. That's one of our first lessons about slow travel. There's no right way to do it. You have to figure out what works for you. And our next lesson was a much more expensive one. Our Airbnb. Our next lesson was an expensive one. Be careful booking a new Airbnb with no reviews. The photos and video walkthrough looked amazing. Coming from New Orleans, we loved the familiar architecture and the beautiful view of the dome. But once we arrived, reality was very different. I'm 6'3" and Brandy is 5'8". And that queen bed in the loft definitely didn't feel like a queen. The loft seemed to sway and the sofa was hard and springy. But surprisingly, none of that made us leave. The noise did, starting around 4 in the morning. Nearby businesses came alive with talking, clanking, and alarms. Then there was the high school marching band, practicing faithfully around 5:30 a.m. until one morning, they brought practice right outside our building. After 2 weeks of very little sleep, we'd had enough. We packed our bags and moved. Unfortunately, we still had to pay for the entire original stay. An expensive lesson we definitely won't make twice. When it came time to choose our second Airbnb, we did things completely differently. By then, we'd spent 2 weeks in Cuenca and had a much better feel for the area. We walked past several places we were considering, checked out the neighborhoods, listened to the surroundings, and then chose where we wanted to stay. That experience changed our strategy moving forward. Now, when possible, we'll book a hotel for the first few days in a new destination. Then we'll explore, get our boots on the ground, and choose a longer-term stay once we actually know the area. Because pictures and maps can tell you a lot, but they can't tell you what your street sounds like at 4 in the morning. Our next lesson became obvious pretty quickly. We brought way too much stuff. Dragging a medium-checked suitcase around is one thing. Dragging it up for flights of stairs is another. So moving forward, our luggage definitely needs to shrink. Now, this might be easier said than done, because Brandy loves fashion, and parting with her clothes and accessories has definitely been a challenge. To her credit, she's already let go of a lot of her things. But let's just say, we still have a ways to go. We watched all those packing videos before we left. But apparently that wasn't enough. Sometimes you have to carry your luggage up for flights of stairs before the lesson really sinks in. And something tells me this particular lesson is still a work in progress. Another thing we learned pretty quickly. eSIMs are great once you figure them out. We loved the idea of landing in a new country and already having data, without searching for a local SIM card. What we didn't expect was the learning curve that came with getting everything set up correctly the first time. Between installation, activation, and figuring out which settings needed to be changed, there were definitely a few frustrating moments. But now that we've done it once, we know what to expect. And that's becoming a theme with slow travel. Sometimes the best way to learn is simply to do it. Our first month of slow travel taught us more than all those YouTube videos ever could. We learned that a month might be too long for us, that a beautiful listing doesn't always mean a great stay, and that we definitely need less luggage. But our biggest lesson, There's no perfect way to slow travel. You can research and prepare, but eventually you have to get out there, make a few mistakes, and figure out what works for you. Cuenca was our first stop, and we'll take everything it taught us into our next adventure. Next stop, Panama. Thanks for traveling with us. We're Jose and Brandy, and this is Two Polished Passports. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along as we figure this out, one country at a time.